my kitchen. My name's Suzanne and I'm from Jupiter, Florida. Today I'm very excited about the side dish I have to bring to you today. It's zucchini wrapped savory parcels. They're unique, delicious, really well balanced and go great with pork, chicken or beef. Let me show you how it's done. First, what we're going to do is take about 3 tablespoons of freshly chopped basil. And it goes about half a cup of cooked, roughly chopped bacon, about half a cup of diced celery. I've got my Philadelphia cream cheese here. You can use the 1/3 low fat or you can use the regular. It doesn't matter. So for those weight conscious people, you're in luck. Philadelphia cream cheese, I'm going to use 4 ounces today. And it goes. And lastly, for this mixture that goes into these parcels, I'm going to use about a 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper or spicy red pepper. And if you prefer your things a little more spicy, you can use more. I personally sneak a little bit more in, but for the average population, you may not want that. So what we do, I soften this cream cheese to room temperature. This goes in the middle of my zucchini parcels, and I'm going to grill them today, kind of sear them either in a panini maker or a sandwich press, an indoor grill press, whatever you have handy in the house. The reason I've put some bacon and some celery in there is for the texture, a little bit of crunch, because zucchini goes kind of soft even if you sear it on the outside. And that bacon just lends a beautiful savory flavour to this dish. I'm going to put a little bit, just a pinch or 2 of salt and pepper in there as well to bring out these delicious flavours and help them marry. So we'll merge that in as well. Now, the unique thing that I do about this to help get it inside the parcel is I freeze it. So I'm going to use a little sheet of saran wrap that is not going to stick on me. Look at that! Float it down like a beautiful kite. And I divide this mixture into 6ths. So 6 pieces to make 6 little zucchini parcels. So we'll cut that in half and then in 1/3, and then we put them in a little rounded dollop on here. So I'm putting this on the saran wrap. This is a pretty new technique that I've developed because I'm going to make zucchini ribbons. Now these ribbons, it's tough to spread stuff on here. And so I had to devise a plan just to be able to lay something on there, my little savory pocket middle. So I had to devise a plan to do that, and the best way to do it was to freeze it. I'll even these out so no one feels ripped off, because we know in our family we all like even Stevens. So here we go, we've got our little dollops here, and now we need to press them and get them ready for freezing. So I'm going to get a bit of saran wrap to cover it up. Who always has fun with this, where it wants to float on you and you gotta just float it down just so? Here we go, and for the landing, sweet success, ladies and gentlemen. So now what I'm going to do is press them down like that. Get them so that they're about 1/4 inch thick in thickness. And then you're going to pop these in the freezer. I'll just fold them over a little bit. Pop them in the freezer, seal the ends, for about 15 to 20 minutes maximum. You just want the cream cheese a bit more workable so you can peel that off and pop it on the zucchini ribbons. Now, by the magic, for our TV audience, I had some pre-done, did them earlier today, but these are nice and hard and more workable. Let me show you how I make my zucchini ribbons. You want about 2 zucchinis this size. You just pop the end off there into the garbage disposal, and then you can hold this end here and use a potato peeler to grate it down. This piece I'm not going to use, but the other pieces I will. And you just float it down, and it makes these beautiful little workable ribbons that can twist and bend and do all sorts of things. Nice pretty ribbons, and we just keep on working down until we have about 6 good pieces. And typically while I'm making a batch of these, I just rip right through these and have them all done up. Actually, looking at the size of this zucchini, you may want about 3 or 4 of this size zucchini to make a batch of these of 6 pockets. So here I have my ribbons. Now what I'm going to do is lay these down on the board, and I'm going to overlap them by at least 1/3. And then I'm going to crisscross by thirds, rule of thirds again. Wait a minute, I want the pretty side starting out here, here, and here. And that will lend to the presentation when it comes off the press. Like so. Next, I have an egg that I've whisked up here, and I'm just going to put a light little egg wash on that. This helps the pockets stick and seal. So, no need to be too fussy about that. The next thing that goes on, for about 6 pockets, I'm going to use about a quarter of a cup of this shaved or grated Parmesan. We sprinkle about half a tablespoon on the bottom. Then I get one of my delicious, flavorful little cream cheese pockets here. What I do is I get this pocket and peel it off, and I have my little pocket disc here. If it's looking a bit big, I just break a bit off until it's about the right size. And that looks about the right size there, because this is a smaller zucchini. Now what I'm going to do is first, let's not forget this Mexican cheese here. A few different varieties. You could use cheddar. I've used a 4 Mexican blend today, and I sprinkle about a tablespoon of that on the top, like so. Now comes the magic of folding this over here. I'm going to break that bit off too. We don't want the inside spewing out too much. And there. And then folding over here. And last but not least, folding over here. I'm going to take this over to my preheated, pre-oiled grill. Cup it in my hand. And I'm going to place it on the grill. You want to hear that sizzle and sear, like so. This is going to spend about 2 minutes in here, searing up. You don't want to leave it on too long. If you let it go too long, the insides just want to start melting out and the zucchini just gets overcooked. So what you're looking for is a nice sear on that zucchini, but when it comes off, the insides are still holding up. They're not melted everywhere, and it's, about this thickness. So my little delicious side dish is done. I heard it sizzling, I popped it out, and what I did was I cut it into a triangle and just overlapped it. I think that's a really pretty way to present it. If I wanted to get really crazy, I'd run out in the dark, pick some more fresh basil and just pop that on top just to make it look real pretty. I like to put this on top of a bed of rice or couscous, something like that. Goes really great with pork, which is what we've got cooking tonight. So, let me have a little taste of this baby. Everything I dreamed it would be. There's that contrast in texture with the celery and the bacon, that little pop from the cayenne, soothed by the ultra rich creaminess of that Kraft Philadelphia cream cheese. I love it. This, guys, is a perfect side dish from many of your meats. Thanks for joining me tonight, and we'll see you again in my kitchen.